Hi there. This video is going to have a look at using INZight. So what you want to do is open INZight. Now, of course, it takes a wee while to load, so just be patient. So this is what you come up with. Just click Run INZight. And again, it'll take about 30 seconds to load, so don't keep clicking this button here. Okay, here we go. Right, so now we want to import some data. So if you go up to File, Import Data, and then Open. So you will be getting your data from the shared student drive, which I don't have at the moment because I'm at home. Once you're at school, you'll be able to access that shared student drive. So I will just obtain a file from my desktop. And I will import the Kiwi population. Click OK. So we've worked with this population in class. We know that there are 700 Kiwi in this population. And what we can do at this point is we could have a look at the weights of the whole population. So if you just grab that heading there and drag it down into variable 1. So what we have here is a combined dot plot box plot for the whole population of Kiwi. But of course we don't want to do that, but I'm just showing you what we can do and how we can draw these graphs. For this standard, you need to select or get a random sample from the population. So I'm just going to delete that graph. And prior to obtaining your sample, you need to have your question. So one question that we could look at, and that we have been looking at, is looking at whether the median weight of female Kiwi is greater than the median weight of male Kiwi in the New Zealand population of Kiwi. So if you go up to data set, what we're going to do is filter the data set, and we're going to filter the data randomly. Proceed. Now you can see that my population is 700. I'm going to get a sample size of 200. Number of samples is 1. Submit that. And then you now have your sample of 200. So what I want to do is I want to look at the weights, compare the weights between the male and female. You can either drag that heading down, or you can pop down this drop list. So my two variables are, I'm looking at gender, and then I'm looking at weight between the two, gender. So here is my comparative box plot, dot plots graphs. This is the male data, female data, and for the standard, remember you need to include the confidence intervals drawn on your box plots. So in order to do that, you need to go to this this box here, inference information. So click on that. And then up in parameter here, you want to click on median. Okay, and so you'll see a couple of red lines drawn on your box plots. Those are your informal confidence intervals, and you can get the values for those. So there they are there. So you will need to take a screenshot of this information and load it into your Google Docs where you are doing your assignment. Okay, if we go back, so just close that. Let me just drag that up here. Another thing that you will need to obtain is your summary statistics, which you can get by clicking this box down here, bottom left hand corner. So get summary, and it will give you the summary statistics that you should also take a screenshot of and load it into your Google Doc. So you can see here you've got the minimum and maximum values. Then you've got the lower quartile where it says 25, your 25th percentile, that's your lower quartile. Your upper quartile is here for both groups, so female, male. And then the medians for both groups are here, so these are your sample statistics. You also have the mean here, and of course the sample size. So this information you will need to complete your investigation for your assessment. Now, if you're looking at something different from gender, let's have a look at what that would mean. So just close all this. And what you can do is you can restore the data set. So still remaining with the Kiwi population, but I'm just going to go back to the original population data set. So now I want to look at, say I wanted to investigate two types of species. So I'm looking at species here, and I want to compare the weights between GS, which is Great Spotted Kiwi, and North Island Brown Kiwi. So I need to, before I get my sample, I want to filter the data by category. So as you can see, there's another TOK species here. I don't want that in my population that I'm going to sample. So let's filter the data set by category. So again, filter data set. Now we're going to leave this button filled. We're going to filter the data by levels of a categorical variable. So proceed. Then you want to filter data by species. So if you click on species, then it brings up the species, and I only want these two. So GS, Great Spotted. Hold down your control button on your keyboard and select North Island Brown, and then filter data. So now I have removed the TOK species, and I now just have Great Spotted and North Island Brown in my sample here. So now that I've got those two species, now I can go ahead and get my random sample. So you want to filter the data set again, but this time you're getting your random sample. So filter data by randomly, proceed, and you will notice here that the sample has gone down from 700 to 438. So it's removed that third species. So I want to gain a sample of, or obtain a sample of, say, 100. Submit. Okay, so now I'm looking at species and weight. I just drag species down and then weight. And so here are my box plot, dot plot comparison graphs for the two species. So again, I could grab the summary table, so get summary, and just having a look at my sample size here. 36 of the Great Spotted and 64 of the North Island Brown. Those sample sizes are okay, they're good. So again, screenshot that information. And I also want to, I also want to draw my informal confidence intervals on my box plots. So inference information, median, and then get values. And there are the values there. So the main thing to remember here is before obtaining your random sample, if you were just looking at two different groups and you have more than two groups in the population, you will need to filter the data by category first and then gain your random sample. You can also filter your data by category a couple of times before you obtain your random sample. So I've just restored the data. Go up to Filter Data by Category. And say I just wanted to have a look at male kiwis. So I want to just look at males, filter data. And then so you can see we've just got male kiwis there. And then I want to just look at two different species. So filter data set again. Levels of a categorical variable, proceed. And then I'm looking at species. And I want great spotted. Hold down Control and North Island brown. Filter the data again. And then you should just have male kiwis that are great spotted and North Island brown.